Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to this beautiful sunny park today. Now, if you've had a baby or a little bit older, in fact at any age, you may have experienced a lack of bladder control. So it's really important that we work on keeping all of the lower body muscles nice and strong to keep everything in working order. So I've got some very fun exercises for you to do to keep all of these muscles strong and engaging. We're going to start off with our feet parallel hip distance apart and then step a tiny bit wider. Pull that tummy in, breath in through the nose and out through the mouth to drop into that soft knee and feel that little bit of pulse, because we're going to start with our squats. The squats are really engaging for all of these muscles, strengthening the glutes and the tummy and the thighs. Let's get going. As we pull up with the out breath, we squeeze that tailbone underneath us and we drop with the in breath, but each time we keep pulling that tummy in nice and tight. So we're going to go for 1 and a 2 and a 3 and keep going to 8 for 5 and 6 and 7. Step it together. We go for 1 and 2, really tucking that tailbone underneath you for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and soften and pulse those hips just gently nice and forward, pulling up in that tummy, tucking that tailbone underneath, raising that tummy, engaging those pelvic floors as well. Keep going and breathing. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Hold it there, peel up. Let's start again. We go back to the squats. We go down and up. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Step together. We go down and pull up again. Breath out as you come up, squeezing that tailbone underneath you, pulling up that tummy. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Soften the knees. We're going to pulse with feet together. Here we go. Keep it moving. 5 and 6. Squeezing here. 7 and 8. Hold it there. Pull up. Step wide one more time. Just for 4. We go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Step together. It's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Stay there. Tilt it forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Pull up one more time. Let's go for 2 squats. Each position down to come up and 2. Bring it in. 1 and 2. Drop down and tilt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Hold it there. Really feel that tuck of that tailbone, that pull up of that tummy, the stretch through those hip flexors, sucking everything in. As we gently pulse, we're going to squeeze those hips forward. Imagine you're trying to punch something just in front of you with your hip bones. We're going to do it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step wide. Keep it going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep breathing and together again. Go. 2, 3, 4. You can pull those arms back with a little bit of a flex. 2 and wide for 2 and 2 together and wide for 2 and hold it there. Pull up nice and straight, pulling on those tummy muscles to keep protecting that spine. Soften those knees and give yourself a little bit of a shake and a wiggle. Okay, so we're going to just see if we can take those feet wider again in hip distance, parallel line, and we're going to soften those knees and we're just going to see if we can just swivel on one foot and punch that hip to the corner of your room. We're going to drop it down into that soft knee and squeeze and punch again. So we're really pulling up through all of these muscles here and releasing and then tucking that tailbone underneath. We're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Drop that heel down, circle those hips behind you, pull up and face the other corner of your room. And we're going to work that other glute, pulling up in that tummy. We're also stretching out that hip flexor. Soften that knee just a little bit and pull up. And as you do that, you can slightly straighten that knee to really feel that stretch through that leg. Drop it down into sitting and squeeze again, pulling the tummy muscles in and up. Here we go. We go for 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Keep breathing. 7 and 8. We circle round with soft knees. Drop the heel down other side. We go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Drop it down. Circle round. We go 4 on the other side. 2 and 3 and 1. Drop it down. We go for 2s each side for 1 and 2. Circle round, pull up and squeeze, circle round, pull up, squeeze and squeeze, circle round, pull up, squeeze and squeeze, circle round. Let's go from the beginning. We're going to do 8s, 4s and 2s. Here we go, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy's in, 7, 8, circle round, it goes 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, circle round for 4, 4, 3, 2 and 1, circle round and 4, 3, 2, 1, circle round, we go 2, circle round and 2, keep it going on the 2s, it's 2 again, and circle, 2, and circle, 2, and circle, 2, and circle, and come back to your center. Give yourself a little bit of a shake again, okay? So let's just see if we can take a little bit of a hip thrust from side to side. So we're really working and squeezing that glute as we drop into that little bit of hip thrust through that tailbone, keeping it reaching sideways. I can feel it through that glute, in the thighs, pulling up in my tummy. Don't drop down in the tummy. Every time you sit down, think of pulling up and in. Here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double punch, double punch, double punch, double punch. Keep the knees nice and soft. 7 and 8 and repeat the single. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. 7 and 8. Double punch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again. 2, 3. Let's do it 4 times. 5, 6, 7, 8. Double punch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again. Keep pulling up in that waist. Get that nice distance between the hip bone and the rib cage. That must be 7 and 8. Let's double punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bringing it back and taking the feet together. This makes it a little bit harder. So really pulling up out of that waist. Soften those knees. And we're going to just push to the side. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. We're going to push to the front. 1 and release and a 3 and a 4. We're going to go the other way. Hip and a hip, hip and a hip. And again to the front, back and front and back. So as we contract the tummy, we push the hips forward. As we open and release, we lift out of that waist and let the tailbone just jolt back a little bit there. So we get the contraction and release, front and back. To go sideways, we suck it to the center first and we let the hips push from side to side. So we're really pulling up, we're engaging all of the muscles around the core, into the glutes and working those sides. Let's do it a couple of times. Here we go. We go 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straighten, push and release. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and contract. 7 and 8. It goes side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push and contract. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, well done. Pull up to that straight line and step a little bit apart. Now let's really work all of those muscles around that abdominal area and into those glutes by trying to circle those hips. So we're just going to step onto that foot and try and circle that hip round. So step onto it nice and gently, toe heel, push the hip round to the back and then circle it to the front as you step together. So it goes out to circle back and pull up like you're stirring a pot with your arm and that leg. We pull out, breath, in breath, out, breath, in breath, out, breath, in breath, out, breath. Step onto it, other side and pull it in. Step onto it and circle that hip, circle that hip. Really using all of those muscles in this area around. I don't know how many we did, but we'll just do a couple more. 7, step onto it, 8. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Really pulling that tummy. Keep it going. 2 more. That's 7. Step onto the last one, 8. We go the other way round. And 2. Hold one hand on the tummy so you can feel that tummy working. And the hip is going with that hand for 7 and 8. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Other way. 4 and 3, and 2, and 2. So we go 2 circles one way, 2 circles the other way. Singles, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay. So we're going to just do a little bit more just to finish off, really working that core, lifting out of that waist, working those glutes, hands above the head. We're going to draw a halo with those arms. As we circle those hips on the spot, we go 1, pulling up in between, keep it going, keep going to 8, 5 and 6 and 7 and close on 8. To go the other way, here we go, step it out, plant the feet, breath in and out as you pull up, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, one more each way, it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and close all the way, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, give yourself a little bit of a release. Okay, so one thing just to finish off, a little bit of a shake, let that breath calm, nice and gently, bringing your feet into parallel hip distance apart. We're going to really focus on those very deep inner muscles, really working those pelvic floors to keep everything nice and strong and regular. So soften those knees nice and gently and just relax there. Now try not to squeeze your tummy muscles or your glutes. Try to relax that and just think of drawing those deep inner muscles from the very base up towards the tummy. As you in-breath, feel those deep inner muscles just squeezing nice and tight, but trying to keep the bottom cheeks nice and relaxed at the same time, which is really hard. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3, and then release for 1, 2, 3. So it's not something we can see, it's something we're feeling. Drawing those inner deep muscles up. Really feeling, you're feeling those deep muscles drawing towards that tummy with that in-breath. Nice deep breath. Hold the breath there for 1, 2, 3, or hold those muscles there. And release. Give yourself a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a nod of the head to say, yes, we've finished here. Rotate those shoulders back. Now, if you've enjoyed that video, give it the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.